I wanted to show you, you've probably seen photos. I did this canvas bag. This is the rainbow white glitter from Caesar, and I applied the ink over the top. So that was one. And then this is the Strip Flock Pro, and I used a piece of the scrap from that same sheet, and I put the ink over that. And guys, I'm loving it. It's working. So we can use some canvas stuff. We just have to do some other steps first. So I have a Gildan shirt here, and we all know those are cotton. It's black. And I am going to place my, first get my center of my design. I'm going to line it up there and just kind of pinch to give me some marks. I have a line. You may not be able to see that line to help me keep it straight on my shirt. That looks right. Hopefully it's right. And I'm going a little closer up because this is a V-neck. And I'm just going to hold it up and check and make sure that I have this on straight. And it appears to me that it is. I like to get a visual. I'm using my Cricut mat, and I'm applying it just like you would any other glitter. I'm using my heat press, my easy press, I'm sorry, and I'm just going to press it 330 for 30 seconds. And because I'm putting ink on top of this, yes, I am pressing this for the full amount of time for glitter. That way, if there's any shrinkage or anything, the ink will be over the top and you won't see it on the black anyway. It's not going to stay. And I will be washing this to see if the inks hold. If they do not, I will let you know. And if they do, we're in business. Because I can't really wash that canvas. So I'm just going to peel my transfer sheet. And I'm going to show you guys also on the Easy Press Guide. I'm going to the Easy Press Guide, and I am just going to select my Easy Press 2. You need to select the one that applies to you. And then I am using the Infusible Ink transfer sheet. Okay? And you don't want to let this touch this. It's still warm. It will begin to transfer ink. And you want to handle this, guys, I mentioned it before, as little as possible. And this was my mess up sheet, so I'm going to use it. I'm just going to weed all the unwanted away. And I'm not going to make you guys watch all of that. But I'm just going to get that corner started. Again, you want to handle it as little as possible. If you have oily hands, sweaty hands, wet hands, anything like that, you are going to want to probably use some gloves. And you can see where my miscut was there. I cut the wrong, this was supposed to be cut from the glitter, actually. And that's why it's messed up. So just cut that away. Having to try to weed that, and then I tried to correct it, and that was a no-go. That didn't work. Now, because I'm on glitter, guys, I am not going to be placing the cardstock in between because it's not going to go through the glitter. You need to get that good and cool. It needs to be cooled down, but I am going to go to my Infusible Ink, and I'm just going to say that it's a t-shirt because it is, and I am going to hit apply, and it's telling me 385 degrees. I will put the link to the Cricut Easy Press Guide in the comments below so that you can have access to that. But normally when you're doing just your Cricut blanks and your sublimation blanks, it's going to be your mat. It's going to be your t-shirt with the cardstock inside of it to help protect it. I have my card stuck here somewhere, so that it doesn't bleed through to the other side. Then you're going to put your design. Then you're going to put your butcher paper. It's very important that you use your butcher paper over the top so that you don't melt your shirts, especially the polyesters. I don't think it's going to melt this one, but we're going to use it just in case. And I am going to change this to 385 on my Easy Press for 40 seconds. And let's see if I can get the time. 40. My temp is at 385. And we're just going to let that heat up for a second while this cools down, and it's getting really cool. There we go. And then we're going to make sure that you mirror your ink. This is cut on the mat with the pretty side up, the shiny side down on the mat, and you mirror. And then I am going to line this up right on top and press it down so it will stick. That transfer sheet. I'm going to take my butcher paper and place right over the top of that. That way we don't melt anything. You need your tweezers to remove, guys. That's very important so that you don't get any leftover inks onto your fabric or your fingers or leave your fingerprint into it. You don't want to do that. And the Easy Press is ready. You don't want to press in sections. You want to place that down and leave it. You don't want to move like I just did. Hopefully I won't get a ghosted image. And we're just going to press this for the 40 seconds. And I had that on a couple of seconds, so I'm going to take it off early. Don't let it slide on you if you can avoid it. That will cause a ghosting. And we're going to see how this turns out on a shirt. And I'm going to remove that with 2 seconds to go because I didn't hit my button quite fast enough. I'm going to remove the butcher paper, and we're going to take our tweezers and we're going to pull this right off. And I had a little bit of ghosting there, but that's okay. That was my fault. You want to let that cool. But all in all, I really, really, really like it. So cool. So you can see where I shifted just a little bit. I think that was my fault. Don't think it was the ink. I think it was me. But there you go. On black. How cool is that? Again, don't let it shift. If it shifts or moves, then you'll have a little bit of problem. And guys, I'm just going to say that it is a learning curve. You can see here where I did it on, this one is 62% polyester, 33 rayon, and 5 spandex. I am going to cut this exact same design onto the same ink, and I am going to place that onto a Cricut shirt so you can see the difference with the 95.5 that they have on their shirts. So, hope I didn't get ink on the back of that by placing it on top. Whew, that was close, didn't. But you want to make sure everything cools and you let it set. And of course, when you go to launder, the launder instructions are machine wash inside out, cold water and mild detergent, towel dry low, and that's on the polyesters, guys. Do not use a fabric softener, dryer sheets, or bleach on these materials. So again, you're going to have to be careful when you're doing the laundry, but you can see where I didn't slide. Beautiful color, very nice, and overall I'm happy with it, with the exception I have a couple of places. Now that could also be where I was handling that sheet so much with my hands. Again, touching it, all of that kind of stuff can cause it to do exactly that. So make sure you're wearing some latex gloves if you have sweaty hands, anything like that, because I have a feeling that's what caused it, because I handled that piece so much, putting it on the mat, taking it off because I had miscut it. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So I will catch you guys on the next video, and you will see me do the Cricut shirt with this on there and do a comparison. Again, glitter, strip flock, both worked.